Hey there, it's Bridget Lynn Dolgoff with Conscious of Economics and Urban Farm Project. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to give just kind of a brief thing here, just about oaths of office, right, or oaths of jobs, or a lot of job-related type oaths. So lots of different people take oaths. Your elected officials, people who are your legislature, firemen, doctors, attorneys, judges, sheriff, police department. So lots of different people take oaths of office. In 2009, I was under serious attack by the state of Nevada as an alternative practitioner. And they waged war on us, and they tried to come at us in a legal way, as if this complementary medicine bill, had passed. Well, it hadn't even been heard at the legislature yet. Anyway, they illegally evicted me out of my office. My landlady asked me to leave within 24 hours. They fake cease and desist me. They gave me fake cease and desist order. And I had been involved with like common law and stuff like that for a while. But it takes on a whole different, story when they really come at you in a big way. They want to arrest you. They want to take you down. And all turned out that they wanted this Complementary Medicine Act to go through. Well, they should have never came after us until the bill had actually passed, because I fought it tooth and nail. I kicked that sucker right out of the first committee. I was rabied. So I ended up working with 8 other citizen lobbyists, some of the top legal people in Nevada, and against 890 paid lobbyists in these bills. And so I had to learn how to read bill law, which is a whole other nightmare. And then we had to look through 1,500 bills in 6 months. So I literally spent 100 hours a week citizen lobbying and fighting against 50 bills, reading a whole bunch of other bills, and going and sitting and listening to bills that we listed as a potential threat to Nevada. And so we could just really figure out what they were talking about when the bill was presented. Anyway, like 47 bills, I basically, single-handedly got removed, and 3 were passed, but 1 was like severely gutted. Also on that was the fluoride bill, which, boom, Washoe County still to this day is the only county in the state of Nevada that doesn't have fluoride in the water. So anyway, yeah, I had this crazy history, 6-month crazy ass history of dealing with the legislature. They hated me. All right, I was an outsider. But I was raised around demonic activity, like coming from a shaman background. My grandmother was a prophet and an exorcist of the Pentecostal church. We were just really aware of all this kind of stuff, like we just see it and feel it because we come from like old lines. So I've been around this stuff my whole life. But I came to some conclusions in 2009 when I was going and, testifying against bills and providing like research and, really doing a kick-ass job as a lobbyist and citizen lobbyist, doing meetings with people like over 100 hours a week, and didn't get paid for it, couldn't do any other work, and had to live, couch to couch to couch to fight for people's civil liberties. I mean, alternative medicine and any kind of nutritional supplements would have been X'd out in Nevada. Like vitamin C would have been like a felony. You could be arrested for. So you wouldn't have had any alternative therapies, and you wouldn't have been able to get any kind of nutritional supplements. it would have shut everything down. And anyway, so I found out about it because they came after me legally and destroyed my reputation and destroyed my practice and destroyed my life. And I went after them. And I found out about this bill. So I learned to citizen lobby. And I fought. But, I kept seeing, as I was testifying or I was going and listening to bills at the different committees, I just see like these balls of weird energy, and they would boom, like land into a person, and they would become animated, and they would start asking like really strange questions to whoever was testifying, or sometimes just start yelling at them, or like really curious behavior. And then the thing would pop out and bounce around through this committee, boom, land in someone else. And it was like the craziest thing ever. So I became aware early on in this whole thing, like, I'm dealing with like flyers, demons, shadow people, whatever you want to call them. And then I was like, why? It looks like they're bouncing around over the course of 6 months, being at the legislature all the time, either listening to bills read, providing research for or against certain bills. I spent a lot of time up there, and it seemed like these things would jump into anybody, but the people who are not legislative council, you know what I mean? Like the legislature seemed like the Assembly and the Senate. So anyway, after a while, I started to realize like that oaths of office, because, sometimes you realize like, I used to think that they hired sheriff and police people who were, psychologically unstable to carry weapons. But I've been attacked, and there's been lots of other people I know that have been attacked, and they'll tell you that the person like changed all of a sudden, or like they got really aggressive, or all these different things. And I don't know, over time I just feel like it's demonic possession, flyer possession, or shadow person possession, whatever you want to call it. And so when you take an oath of office in the cabal system, or whatever you want to call that, the reptilian system, the Anunnaki system, the cabal system, the better people than everybody else system, the rich people system, it's all like the same system. And you take an oath, especially in the United States, that oath has some kind of contract that you have not read in writing somewhere, I'm sure, in hiding, that gives the shadow flyers, demonic beings, immediate trespass upon you, because that's what that oath does. So that these things that are controlling the whole system from a multi-dimensional standpoint can actually interact like puppet show people who have taken this oath. And some people are easier to command, override their systems than a lot of other people. So, so it just became more and more apparent that this was dangerous, for me to be up there, especially since I've had a lot of stuff happen with these kinds of beings my entire life. And you just know that this is not a good place for me to be, as at the legislative place in Carson City, Reno, Nevada. Anyway, I continue to go though, because I'm not a giver-upper. I'm a fighter. And there was a massage bill, this crazy ass massage bill that we could just not kill, because some of the people in the Commerce and Labor Committee have made some kind of underlying financial deal with Las Vegas Police Department, right? And so with the massage board, right? And so that the massage board would take over policing prostitution. It's like, excuse me, what the hell? And it was like a $50,000 fine. Like literally, they could accuse you of it and lien you and your property of $50,000, whether you were in contract with them, licensed or not. It was like a crazy ticket. It was like so crazy. It was like so way that these people were gonna try to like get rich. It was like the most bizarre, crazy thing. Anyway, so it was something that I totally fought. But anyway, so I went to the last meeting to fight this bill, and then it got gutted, and it was kind of really effed up. But I was speaking, and one of the assembly members, like, you know, looks up and starts just screaming at me, telling me to shut the fuck up, basically, and that I was not presenting, you know, any important kind of information, or they're supposed to just allow you to speak. You know, you get to speak. And she told me, you know, to like, you know, stop talking unless I had, you know, something relevant. Well, I just repeated myself, the same thing that I said before. The massage board was operating outside of their jurisdiction, and that blah, 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 you know, legal. Anyway, so she like basically started, the thing bopped into her and it totally started screaming her head off. And she's screaming her head off at me. Hold on, Ryan. And, okay, anyway. And then all of a sudden I watched the thing fly. I watched the thing fly out. It hit me from the right side. And literally, I was like trapped behind myself. And I was stunned. And I thought I was having a heart attack. And then I realized it's the right side. I'm not having a heart attack. I just been hit by a demon at the legislature giving testimony. I literally limped away, left, and considered taking myself to ER, which I don't do doctors, because I was so stunned. It took me 2 weeks to put a sentence together. It was horrible. So anyway, I just want to put this out there that you take any kind of oath of office, and it's an automatic contract with demonic possession. So anyway, that's your Happy Earth Day video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.